Alright, scroll up a little bit. Okay. Hello class, my name is Jullien Harris and I'm also here with Najee.
Hey y'all.
So we did assignment 4A, which is to discuss The New Negro by Alain Locke. The New Negro. So first it says, in essence, what does it mean to be a new Negro? So based off of what we read, a new Negro was a person who let go of social intimidation and implied inferiority. So they stepped away from that belief that black people were not as good as white people. So Locke also said it was kind of like a spiritual revival of freedom from the days that suppressed them. So these people, the new Negro, did not accept the general laws, the Jim Crow laws, that were specifically placed to make sure they were not successful or they did not rise from their current position after slavery. So basically, the new Negro developed self-respect, self-dependence. They said that they were separated from past controversies, that they were more outspoken to adversary and dignity. And they also said that they didn't want to be called a new Negro because a new Negro was something to be condemned or defended, kept down, or in its place or helped up, to be worried or worried for, harassed or patronized, or a social bogey or a sudden burden or a social burden. So they wanted to make sure that they weren't recognized as the old Negro, someone that was lesser than a white person. So for our second question, it says, what did you learn in general? So what we learned from what we read is that Alain Locke saw the black community as evolving culturally after slavery, that black people were growing more intelligently, more independently. We were thinking outside of the box that was set for us, that we had come further from the old Negro than we already were before. That we have more pride, we feel freedom and want to fight for freedom more often, and it taught us to be more proud of our blackness and intelligence. And there's a quote from the actual writing that said, "The Negro should not be able to celebrate his full intention in American democracy. He can at least, at the word of these things, celebrate the attainment of the significance and satisfying new phase of group development, and with it, a spiritual coming of age." So now, what would it mean to be a new Negro in the 21st century? So basically, being more educated, wanting to go to school, being in a position of power. Because usually back then, Negroes weren't really seen as someone who could handle a position of power. So now we see more black business owners, more black doctors, more black everything. Also, black people are wanting to learn more about their heritage, hence why we have African American study classes, so we can learn about where we came from as a people before we were taken into slavery. And that is all our viewpoints. Thank you.